Hello and welcome to the ninth round of the Rony's Tuesday Fun Race Season 1 for 2024. We are at Fern Bay Black XL paved for the second time. We last did this track in December of 2021, Owen.
That's correct, yeah. I've forgotten that long ago, to be honest, but it's great to see this mammoth of a track being rolled out again.
Yeah, you say mammoth of the track, and you're not wrong, because this thing has got 34 corners in it, which is a rather busy map, it has to be said. But we're doing 11 laps of this, so we should be all intimately familiar with it by the time we are done with it this evening, Owen. That is a lot of laps for the XRR.
Yeah, we put through its paces, slick tyres on the dusty segment of the course. I think will be around turns 18 through 23 or thereabouts. So it's all covered in dust. So that will be very difficult to overtake on for drivers really eager to make some moves.
Yeah, this is a tricky combo, and it is round 9 of the 2024 Season 1 Rony's Tuesday Fun Race Championship, the 332nd ever event in this series. And next time out, we're using a mod at Autocross, Owen. We've had a quick peek at the combo for that, and it looks kind of fun. 3 corners, kind of like it makes use of the drag strip as far as I know, and the mod looks pretty cool too. That's going to be up there. So looking forward to the race in 2 weeks' time. But tonight, this is all about the XRR at Fern Bay. And, well, there's a lot of curbs. We saw a lot of flipping action yesterday in the ZFRL All-Rounder Championship with the UFR here. But let's see how the XRR fares over the many curbs that drivers are going to come up against during this one. Owen, let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship standings. It's Mantas at the top. He's doing a great job this year.
Yeah, he's been almost unbeatable this campaign. The title could be his if it goes perfectly well for him. And the likes of Rick and Sidus Unite, of course, failed to score. But they are determined to keep this going to the bitter end.
They are indeed. That is page 1 of a long number of pages that we have so far in this year's championship. And just before we get to the qualifying results, just take a look at the sheer number of you, or the number of drivers, if you're not competing, who have taken part this far into the year. So we are over halfway through the year now in terms of in fact, no, not yet, not quite. We're almost over halfway through the season, but not quite through the year. Season 2 of RTFR, of course, coming up later in the summer. 75 drivers who scored at least 1 point in the Drivers' Championship standing so far. I mean, that's a respectable number of people.
For sure, yes. It averages about, I suppose, 7 or 8 people per round thereabouts, so that's a really good turnout, as of course many people return each and every week, so to squeeze in even more entries into the scoreboard, that is a great sign for this first season.
It is, and as the summer rolls on and the sun comes out, we'll see how it goes. But right now, in the championship, it's Mantas leading Rick Cardle, but that's not how it's worked out in qualifying. It is Rick Cardle who has got the better of the field today by almost 0.8 of a second over Mantas, and then another second and a bit back to 136, and a huge gap, Owen, between P1 and P3 there, 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, I suppose 1.8 seconds over a 3-minute lap, it's not at all bad. You'll be losing probably half a second per sector, but yeah, I suppose the trick is so many drivers are not even in the 3-minute nines, like 14th position down, roughly 7 seconds off the pole sitter's pace, and there you go. 107% rule is a 316, which has been met by the vast majority, so that goes to show you. Yeah,
the top 20 inside that 107, just 2 drivers outside of that, but we'll see if they are able to start. We've got 22 cars qualified, just waiting for the drivers to get going in the background. But yes, it is Rick Cardle who has not just edged out the field, he's put a big gap between himself and the rest of them in terms of pure pace. So we'll have to wait and see what happens during this one. I expect that 1 lap is definitely not the decider here. This is an 11-lap kind of sprint race, but plenty can happen. Let's see the launch that the other drivers get down to turn 1, because there are a lot of cars. It's not a long run down to turn 1. But yeah, we'll have to see if Rick Cardle has what it takes to keep his car ahead of a driver who has been certainly on form for the vast majority of the year. You don't see him in P2 that often in qualifying these days. So let's see what Mantas can do from P2 as the drivers head to the grid. Eoin, for the start, take it away.
Yeah, let's go. And of course, all that hard work from Ricciardo to set that dominant pole position time could be put to a severe disadvantage because he's on the inside line of a very short start-finish straight. So here come the lights, and Mantas in the blue and black give him a scare. Let's go. And indeed, yes, the getaway on the rear-wheel drive. It's solid enough for everybody. Of course, yeah, Mantas could hang it high around the outside line, trying to cut in before that tricky chicane. If anything, Arska, a little bit of a slide down the grass. Watching out for McElroy's car, but thankfully they've squeezed through. Team Usoini, though, not as fortunate. He's hit the tires and has sprung off the road, and with a bit of lag as well, so he's going to slip all the way further down the list, I'm afraid. Server lag. This could be a full restart here. If everyone is out of the race, we can't be having this, I'm afraid.
Yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to bear with us, folks, as the server is currently lagging quite considerably. So we'll have to bear with it. But I reckon we'll probably end up going for a full restart once the server has settled down, which we expect to happen in a short time. So bear with us here, and we'll get the racing back underway as soon as we hear anything. So yeah, don't go anywhere. Sorry about that. We'll be back in a moment's time. Welcome back. The server seems to have settled down and the drivers are going to be gridded back up again. But in the meantime, Eoin, we can talk about an event that we're going to be broadcasting very, very soon on the channel. And that is the West Hill 400, which is going to be gracing our screens in a couple of weeks' time. In fact, next Sunday.
Yeah, it's flying in.
It is flying in. This is the 400-kilometre race that is being organised by the Race Green Events team, and that will be coming your way. We would play you the trailer, but we're not sure how long we've got before the restart, so we'll wait until the end of the broadcast to play you that. But yeah, it looks like we are going to be having the full race. It's just that we had a bit of a stunted start from some server lag, so hopefully we'll get back underway in a couple of moments' time. Apologies for that. So yeah, in a little bit more time to talk about the track Fern Bay Black XL paved, which is kind of an extended version of Fern Bay Black, but with some concreted over areas, especially in the rallycross section, of course, because we're using the XRR, which is slick tyres.
Yeah, slick tyres will be on board each of the cars, but of course that section in the middle of the course goes off-road rather than the rapid left-right chicane. They have to turn away and go onto some dusty and probably stony surfaces on that rally course. So yeah, that will be a real demand for the car. It's not used to it at all. In slick tire format, of course, it can go off-road if you tune it properly with the off-road tires. But yeah, in this specification, going hell for leather in a race spec car, that will be quite challenging for the drivers. It will be exciting for us. Hopefully the race will go ahead as planned from the next restart.
Yeah, fingers crossed any of the issues are gone and we can have the full 11 laps of racing. We got about half a sector in before we saw the pictures start to fade away. But anyway, we'll get back underway, no problem, hopefully in a few seconds' time. The drivers are being put back onto the grid. We've got Ricciardo on the pole position with Mantas behind him. So let's get a rundown that qualifying order, just refresh our memories before we get going once again. Ricciardo on pole, 1.8 seconds ahead of 136. So the top three separated by quite a margin, but Mantas there slotting into P2 with Asker, Montemacari, Gabor, Lorenzo, Thmuli, Unite and Rony rounding out your top 10. The top 20 all within 107%, and the two drivers at the back just slightly outside, but they should take to the grid. In fact, I think they are. Yes, they have taken to the grid. And because of the little bit of delay in proceedings, Owen, we've got a couple more drivers joining as well, which is nice to see. Yeah,
it's good that the drivers that weren't given a grid slot originally now can have the opportunity to join. But yeah, I suppose you cast your mind back to the very first round of the championship at Rockingham with the Ferraris that went pinballing into one another. That was never going to be a red flag in Rony's mind. So it is only the ultimate server side problem that will cause a red flag. So hopefully this is a clean start and we have our proper race to look forward to.
Yeah, truer words never spoken. Owen, take us away for the second start.
And here we go, take two. Ricciardo has his chance to defend again, but will Mantas think of something different to do? It's like a reset penalty in football. Is there any alternative he can do, or will Rick go the right way? And of course Arska would have been stuck with a slide previously, and then Teemu Soini as well went wide. But yeah, it seems the server is a little bit laggy, but for the most part the drivers are able to race properly for the first sector at least. Yeah, maybe not. Is kind of struggling a bit here.
Yeah, starting to struggle again, unfortunately. It looks stable, but it looks like we are having some more issues. Ricciardo has completely vanished, and we see Mantas then in P2. It's not looking good, Owen, unfortunately. I think this will be called again, and that'll be potentially this time the end of proceedings, unless we can come up with some way to get this race underway properly. But yeah, that is a shame to see.
Yeah, it's too much chaos. Yeah, red flag again.
Yeah, it's been red flagged again. So we have a red flag, unfortunately, folks, for this one. Session stopped. So we will go for another pause, but we will be back with you after the West Hill 400 trailer. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to the 5th edition of the 400 kilometers of West Hill.
Apologies for the audio issues on the trailer there. We appear to be having issues of our own today as well. So we'll get that trailer sorted for you and played at some point this evening. But yes, the session has been stopped yet again. And we are going to come up with a solution, hopefully, to try and get this race underway. So thanks for your patience. We'll be back just as soon as we can. Just hold on tight. We'll be back soon. Thank you very much. We are going to try this one more time, ladies and gents. Third time lucky, Owen. I think that's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose 3 is my unlucky number, to be honest.
Don't say that.
Well, yeah, I'll pass on all the good luck to everyone else. I'll take the misery of the number 3.
I've got my shamrock ready for you, Owen. I've got it. Lucky number 4, maybe, but no. Let's see if we can get going with this one. The drivers are just about to get going. It's Jari Katila that we're waiting for to ready up. And Eoin, take it away again.
Yeah, I will do, with pleasure. So fingers crossed for everybody. It is Rick Cardle from the pole again, of course. He hasn't any reason to give it up. So let's find out what will occur now that Mantas has a third opportunity to try and attack him into the run down to turn 1. The lights will be coming on right now. Let's see what will be going on. It's go time, and hopefully it is the valid start that we're all looking forward to. Around the outside again will go Mantas. Got to be mindful of his teammate, of course. Turning in. Yeah, looks like he's got a much better run of it this time, Pete. Oh, he's going to back out though.
Yeah, he'll have to back out for the quick chicane as all the drivers fire through. They've had plenty of practice. We've got a couple of cars lagging once again, Eoin.
Goodness me, yeah. Very, very grim. It just seems like one car gets picked on, then the next one, then the next one. So this will be red flagged again.
Yeah, that's too bad. But we'll see what happens. We are going to be patient with this one because the show must go on. We can't have a Rony's Tuesday Fun Race called, can we?
No, rain or shine, we do want to get a full event completed for the sake of everyone's hard work that was done for practicing, if at all. Of course, even in qualifying, that's still an hour's worth of track time that people could do. And of course, Rony, he puts in an unbelievable amount of effort for this series, and to have it spoiled like this, completely out of everyone's control, is a real shame. But there's always something that'll make it work out in the end. But it's just a really, really unfortunate day, and that for the first time in my time that RT4 has been hit very, very badly server side.
Yep. Session has been stopped again, and we're going to go for a little bit of a break, but do stick with us, because one way or another this race will go ahead. So just bear with us, folks. We'll be back just as soon as we can. Hello and welcome back to round 9 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in Live for Speed. A solution is being tested in the background, and while that happens, we're going to play you, hopefully, a fixed version of the West Hill 400, the 400 kilometres of West Hill trailer. So, fingers crossed and enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th edition of the 400 kilometers of West Hill.
18 kilometers long track, 4 hours of length. This race is going to split the man from the boys.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Car 25 is out of the way.
The 400 kilometres of West Hill next Sunday, live on Sim Broadcast. We're looking forward to that. Right, the grid is being set again, Owen, and hopefully we're going to get going for a fourth time.
Yes, for sure. I appreciate everyone's patience waiting for the opportunity to get racing again, whether it be the drivers, the viewers, or indeed those who are trying to help sort everything out. We really do appreciate it. So well done to all involved trying to make the best of this very bad situation.
Yeah, 7.8 kilometre, 4.8 mile Fern Bay Black XL paved configuration with 34 turns, Owen. That's a pretty busy track map, eh? And yeah, we've run this track once before in December of 2021, a long time ago now. It's so much so you'd forgotten it existed, I think.
Yes, I'll fully admit I did forget the exact layout in my memory, so it's good to have it back. We'll hopefully get full enjoyment out of it in just a few moments, so you get to see exactly what's going on. The mixture of straights, of course, turns 6 to 7 has that bridge. Instead of the usual bridge, you pass over one of the original turns and you go a little bit further. Then there's a nice straight line, 17 to 18, and then one more as well to the start finish, which will hopefully see plenty of competition, side by side action. And then we'll see, of course, all those tight hairpins as well.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, this one, because you've got the flyover that doesn't just go over one part of the track, it goes over two parts of the track. And you're right, so you end up doing Fern Bay Green the opposite way around than you would in the normal Fern Bay 4 configuration. So that's interesting. Then, of course, you've got the kind of villa section, we call it, where the track turns to the right, up a hill, around a hairpin and back down at turns 15 through 17. And then into the rallycross track in the reverse direction to Sector 3, and then back onto Fern Bay Gold. So the drivers are ready up in the background, Owen. This is exciting. Let's see how this goes, and hopefully we can get 11 laps of racing with the XRR here. So we've seen the drivers do Sector 1 3 times already. They've pretty much got that under their belts. I think they can nail that section, but let's see how the rest goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got so much preparation done for a tiny segment of our circuit. Hopefully they are ready to get rid of the rustiness, having to wait nearly 55 minutes for a proper race. So here we go, everyone's back on the grid in their original positions, and everyone thankfully has the original livery on as well, so we can pick out all the cars as normal. So there we go. As previously we saw Rick Hartle on the left hand side in pole, we've Mantas in the blue and black on the right hand side. We have a race, it's green. Let's see what can happen in take 4 here in RTFR race 332.
Yeah, and it's a picture that we've seen
Oh,
before.
collision!
Oh,
136 spun around. Oh, that's a shame. He'll get back onto the road. I think Yari Katila spun as well.
yeah, so a couple of spinners, but that happens at the beginning of every race. So let's just keep going, as we've got Rick Cardle pulling out a bit of a lead over Mantas now. Mantas not able to get around the outside. Rick had plenty of other opportunities to practice that, and this time he has managed to stay in the lead, Owen, as we've got a little bit of a fight between Asker and Motta McCarry now side by side.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, these are crucial positions for the Zaffaralis team. Even if they swap around, they will be very mindful of each other. They will be delighted to hang on to this 5th and 6th, but so many strong competitors are right behind. And we have our run to the giant wall coming in just a moment, so they'll be turning right almost flat out and then left again. Being mindful, yeah, you have to get on the brakes for this one. And then almost Michael Malik making an exceptional pass there. He's got to yield. Lorenzo and Rony coming up very quickly as well. Michael's going to edge onto the grass, giving Lorenzo a look. Thankfully, there was no contact.
Yeah, and as the drivers go up this little extra hill we've put in here, more contact side to side. Yeah, Michael spinning round. And being sent
He's
up
out
the
of
hill.
bounds.
It's a shame.
On the verge of out of bounds. He's still active, but that suspension is shattered.
Yeah, indeed, and Mantas is really closing up to the back of Rick again as the drivers go into the the paved part of this track. A little bit of dust on the exit of these corners, so not entirely tarmac and quite difficult. And then up and over onto the concrete section again. Concrete being added over the dirt sections of Fern Bay Rallycross to turn it into a fully, essentially tarmac road course. And Rick Cardle turning that pace that he had in qualifying, very quickly into race pace. The gap opening up yet again.
Yeah, this is wonderful stuff, but this is the battles that could turn sour if you're not careful. Twin Cam hitting that curb really hard, and Adam gets one up for Scotland here. So if you can just make this final pass through the tight chicane, you got to be mindful of the very high curb there. Now there's one more hairpin to go before we return to the original racing surface, and there you go. It's a beautiful pass for Adam, and he has a real mission on his hands here. He could get more progress in just this first lap.
Yeah, Adam coming underneath the bridge once again, and into the final sector of Fern Bay Gold we go, and out of the final corner comes Rick Cardle with an almighty lead, over 2 seconds at this point as they go over start finish, or just under 2 seconds, my apologies, onto lap number 2. Here's Gabor in P3, Asker in P4, close behind actually still, with the Zaffaralis boys, 2 of them at least, up into P5 and 6. Lorenzo P7, and it's Adam, Twin Cam and Unite that round out your top 10. We begin another 8-kilometre dash around this fantastic track, it has to be said. I do enjoy looking at this.
Yeah, just behind this camera view of Unite, it's Rony. There you go. You can just spot them. Rony versus T-Bug. Thankfully, they have closed in on each other. But yeah, T-Bug will have a run down to turn 7. Michael, of course, needs to pit for repairs right about now.
Yeah, fair play to Rony. He's had a busy hour trying to get the server back online. Thanks to him and
T-Bug too hot into turn 7, misses the apex, and Rony defends his position for now. Yeah, as we just saw briefly there, Michael is in pit lane. He's got full service, and he'll just have to hope for a high attrition rate, as he won't be able to really catch up with many drivers at the moment.
No, but he'll want to try and finish the race with everybody else, I'm sure. So he'll continue going round. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, Rony, a nice livery that. I've not seen that one for a while. That's an old one.
Yeah, it's got the Beats logo on the roof. Hear what you've been missing, I think is the tagline. So yeah, Rony now pulling out. We've got a solid gap over T-Bug, but it's Adam just ahead who has lost position to Twin Cam again. But it is the stone and gravel, nearly gravel section coming up right now, turning right. And now they're kicking up all that very distracting dust.
Yeah, it's a nice effect to have the kind of dusty surface, part of the track that's not used that much, so I guess there would be quite a lot of dust hanging around. But yeah, Adam having a good race at the moment, but an even better race for Rick Cardle at the moment, who is just about 2 seconds up the road from Born to Race Mantas, championship leader, having to work for his supper today.
Yeah, we'll get a look at Sector 2 very soon, I believe. It should be coming up. Or Sector 3, it will be the Sector 3 line coming up in just a moment. So we'll get a comparison of where everyone stands. Oh, Mantas a bit close to the grass, maybe. Thankfully, he had it under control. So yeah, the interval is nearly 2 seconds, so very close quarters now between these two. But Rick having that electric start has helped him out so much.
All 4 wheels off the ground. I don't know if you caught that, Owen, over the final corner for Mantas. He went completely in the air. The car hopped on all 4s. Normally it goes up on 2 wheels if you clip it, but no, it went up onto all 4s as he went over there. And through the first chicane he goes, and he's beginning to lose sight of Rick Cardle a little bit, as Rick, after just 1 lap, is 2.5 seconds in the lead.
Oh, it's a huge crash. The Mooley sent into a somersault, and he's on his roof, out of the race. He may have just been clipped by his own teammate after the tyre barriers at the first chicane. Yeah,
Unite's had been involved as well, as Adam's gone wide there, allowing Lorenzo a little bit of time to go. But Unite is way back now with huge damage to the rear of that car, so that may explain what happened with the Zafiralis car as well. That damage wouldn't have been inflicted by Unite on his own, I don't think. In fact, he was behind the ZFRL car, so maybe Thamuli went into the chicane or something. I'm not sure, big speculation, but either way, not a good lap for Unite, and that'll be into the pit lane for him if he does indeed want to continue on. As we switch to Rick Cardle, with Mantas trying to do something to keep up, but it's nice to see a healthy fight on at the front, and Gabor is on the scene as well. He's only he's still there. He's only a couple of seconds back.
Yeah, it's far from over. The brave drive here from Arska to be best of the rest off the podium. But Adam, though, he's the highest climber here, gaining more and more positions. It's 6th place for him. Lorenzo having lost that position. And yeah, it's going to be an unbelievable performance here if he can actually catch up to Mush McCurry.
This livery brings a tear to my eye, Owen. Very nostalgic. DC Racing livery. Love it.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, Adam's driving my favourite car in my favourite livery.
He must have known.
He must have known. Anyway, he's doing a good job, as you said, up from the back to P6. But a way to go before he gets to the front, as Rony is still in a little bit of a fight. Actually, I think he's lost a place, has he not? Yeah, he's lost a bit of a place. He's had some contact with 136, and now T-Bug is just behind him.
Yeah, we're checking out.
6.
Yeah, T-Bug driving pretty solidly here. He's getting back into the clutches of Rony after 136 put them both behind him. And yeah, I think Twin Cam in the P8 at the moment, he'll know what his teammate has under the hood, so perhaps he'll have to go easy and make sure that both of the Born to Race cars off the podium but in the top 10 are not delaying each other too much. Rick just continues to hit fastest lap markers over and over again. It's a 3-minute 4.3 this time, so the fuel's burning up very quickly and the tires are getting right into temperature. Mantas has no response that can really put Rick off his game.
No, indeed. As 3 seconds now, the gap as he goes up over this flyover, which creates a bridge for the drivers to drive under before they finish the lap. Sorry, as we've got a car, I believe, on its roof somewhere out on track.
Yeah, it's TAV Igor currently 19th on
he is.
the standings. Yeah, that's game over. He must have hit the giant curb, and that splits the chicane up. So yeah, you'll see he just spectates out of the race.
Yeah, just as well, getting out of the way as T-Bug has a bad exit onto the bridge, and that's allowed Rony to close right up. Rony goes to the outside and is that's Magic who's gonna try and sweep around the outside. That's not Rony, different livery. And through goes Magic just about.
Oh, Unite's barreling in. T-Bug missing his corner.
Well, there you go.
Big understeer, and that's 2 places taken away from T-Bug.
Yeah, well, I'm amazed that United's able to continue on with that damage that he's got at the back of the XRR. That's bent it all out of shape, but clearly not enough to warrant going into the pit lane and losing probably at least half a minute to repairs. As Twin Camera 136 have switched positions, the teammates. 136 now up ahead of his teammate, and that is him moving up through the order as Magic and Unite are now back together, Owen.
Yes, they are. Unite has to line up an attack before the 90-degree right-hander, or else it will be dueling on the dirt. Here we go. Will he take the opportunity before him? It's going to be close. Oh, T-Bug's going to slot in, though. This could be very nifty driving from T-Bug if he can pull this off. Oh, he's clipped a tyre, sending him wide.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out as we watch from the elevated camera view. Unite still trying to get round Magic on the outside at this point. And, well, there's actually less grip on this surface, so it's very, very hard to effect a pass. And it's going to be single file probably to the end of the rallycross section as we enter this very unusual right-left. Oh, up onto 2 wheels goes Unite. These curbs are, well, they're not really curbs, Owen. They're cliffs or mountains or small mounds. They're not curbs. They're actual objects.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one that caught out Igor previously. And now the tight hairpin right will get us back onto the ordinary road. And it's still Magic defending courageously for his 12th position. Otherwise, that's the hottest battle on the road so far. Maybe Yasin and LG Mies could be getting involved, but at the moment, yeah, I think LG Mies had a much better sector 2 there.
136 is on a good pace at the moment. He's catching up to Lorenzo, only a second back at the last timing line, so potentially going to be making a move soon. We'll stick with Unite as he goes over start-finish. Does he have a slipstream? Well, 136 certainly has. And he's going for the cut over the grass. Has to back out of it. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that was exceptional.
Oh, Rony's out. Rony's crashed.
And Rony out of the race.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's out. Sorry, we missed it on the cameras, but he's had a really bad time there, and he's out of the race. Decided to remove himself too quickly for us to get a view of him, but unfortunately, well, actually, he's rejoining from the pit lane. He's gone a long way off the track. Adam, meanwhile, up to P6.
Oh, Adam on 2 wheels out of turn 10, I think it is. He has caught it just in time. It'll be turn 9, I beg your pardon. That was tilting him towards the steel barriers. And Lorenzo's going to catch right back up.
Yeah, big damage on Adam's car.
Yeah, it's too bad.
People through. That's 3 cars he's let through. Lorenzo, 136 and Twin Cam. 136 catching up to the back of the race green driver. And 136 almost thinking about the lunge there. Had a compromised line in to the Villa. As we switch our attention to Unite, who's going around the outside on Magic, and he'll have the inside for the next right-hand hairpin. Yeah, he's got the overlap in. That's going to be job done, and that's impressive with the state of that car.
Yeah, I think it's more cosmetic than anything. Like perhaps, the left rear spring has taken a hit, but it hasn't put him off. A T-Bug coming in hot there. Magic has to try and hug the inside line. And as a matter of fact, T-Bug has the position as we kick up more of the dust. T-Bug has mastered that late braking technique, and he'll be trying his earnest best here to catch up to Soini, who is battling with Unite for that position at the moment. It would be 11th, I'd say.
Yeah, as the dust kicks up off the back of these guys. So Adam, having let these cars through, was already all over the back of them, trying to regain the place as he snatches a break onto the tarmac section. Loses a bit of time, but up ahead, that's Twin Cam, Lorenzo, and 136. 136 is checked out. He's absolutely found some pace here. Opened up a bit of a gap to Lorenzo and sets his sights on Mortimer Carey, though 11 seconds up the road. That's a big, big gap to close in the second half of the race.
It just grows and grows at the front, to be honest. It has to be a dramatic change for that to become competitive for Mantas. But here's Lorenzo, of course. We see diving into pit lane. Adam getting the full repair completed, and he'll be trying to perhaps rejoin in the midfield with perhaps Mad Jester, LG Meese getting close to start finish. In the meantime, Timu Soini has been beaten to the punch there. T-Bug has a lot of momentum on his side now.
Yeah, good to see. He's going for it, making up some places, up to P10 when he crosses a timing line, with some substantial still right side damage to that car, but clearly not impeding his speed too much as we watch Magic now try to catch up to Timu Soini. And let's see, we'll have a big slipstream going onto this straight. Ooh, hits the wall hard though. That would have compromised his exit a little bit as they go up this flyover and to the inside for Magic. And actually allowing initially Soini into the wall.
It's like the Kyoto scary turn 9, I think it is. So he just understeered straight into that barrier. And Lorenzo himself also involved with a wall to car collision.
Yeah, big hit. Saw the wheels pop into the car a little bit. As we've got Majesta on our guy into the same corner. We've seen plenty of issues here with cars going side by side into the wall, but no trouble there. Majesta through.
Yeah, he slowed the car he slowed it down enough to only gently rub off the wall. No major concern with him there. Yeah, our guy in a sort of 8-bit livery. I can't quite make out exactly what it is, but yeah, it has the little bits like from an 8-bit video game.
Yeah, it says R on the bonnet, so it's nice.
Our
guys on the back.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well spotted. As we switch to Rick Cardle, who is coming up to the end of lap number 6 to make it 5 to go. As Majesta has had an issue after we were praising him before. He's gone into the tyre wall. Has to be careful to. Well, wasn't too careful with that. That was. Who was that going through?
Tamuli.
Tamuli, yes.
Yeah.
As Rick puts a lap on Hermani, making it 4 drivers that have gone a lap down to our race leader. And Lorenzo's just managed to get past Twin Cam. Twin Cam quite a bit further back now. Wide at the previous hairpin. And I don't think he's done yet. I think he wants to come back. Closing up quite dramatically in the braking zone.
Yeah, just waiting to see what is possible. It is a significant lead for these two over Unite. He's just trying to complete the final chicane now, so the gap is 3 seconds. So Twin Cam can give Lorenzo 100% of his attention before Unite could possibly close them both down through the first chicane. And Twin Cam has a great exit, to be honest.
That's lovely.
Into turn 4. That should do very nicely.
Very nice. Yeah, well played by Twin Cam. Super move. Love to see that. And he's even broken the toe. So onwards and forwards for Twin Cam. And a 5-second gap for Mantas to close down. It's a tall order, but you know, this track is difficult, and if there's anyone that can try and catch Ricciardo, it's Mantas for sure. He's the best positioned at the moment to do it. 8 seconds back is Gabor. I believe, I'm not sure if he's trying his new hardware today. He does have a wheel now, but I'm not sure if he's using it in this race. Looks like he will have to ask him afterwards. But at the moment he's sitting P3 with Oscar P4. Martin McCarry 136, and this man, Twin Cam, in the bright green and blue Born to Race livery.
Oh, little mistake for Magic on the uphill climb around the cabin area. So he was on 2 wheels for just a moment, but he's caught it nicely, and turn 17 should be routine enough as he continues to keep T-Bug in his sights, but it mightn't be for much longer given T-Bug's pace at the moment. Oh, he's understeered himself into 18, so that will cost him some time.
Yeah, Lorenzo now close with Unite. So Lorenzo's made a mistake somewhere, I believe. Or no, I think he's just losing a lot of time with that damage that he's got on the car as Unite. What's that? Up on 2 wheels, landing again. Done that plenty of times already from him. Actually, that complex of corners as well. He's taking a lot of liberties through there.
Oh my, we have Mantas with a new fastest lap. That could be a first for today. He has claimed 0.3 of a second back on Rick, but he'll have to do much more than that to stand any chance of winning.
Well, that's promising, and it's definitely not over yet. 4 seconds is, you can lose that in a heartbeat here. There's plenty of opportunities to lose time, not very many opportunities to gain time, and well, Mantas appears to be doing just that at this point. Not enough in raw pace to catch him with those gaps over the next few laps. He needs to hope for a few more, or at least a couple of potentially errors from Ricciardo, as Manchester takes an unconventional line through the final sector, up over the grass. And we've got Thamuli battling hard with, well, actually I think he's a back marker, isn't he? So Thamuli trying to unlap himself on our guy at the moment.
Yeah, our guy, of course, he wants to catch up to Timu, so he's under no obligation to let the lapped car by. Twin Cam and Unite side by side at the bridge. Unite slowing the car down just about to pay that position off, and he is through.
Yeah, nice move on the back straight, textbook stuff. Been up and down a bit this race, hasn't he? But he's back up to P7. That's the big wall, which has claimed a few cars today. Lots of drivers with heavy heavy right side damage as a result of clouting the wall as our guy goes off into the barrier, and that does allow Thamuli to unlap himself. And Adam also off at that corner.
Yeah, I can really sympathise with the drivers. They would have been expecting to be logged off by now, or maybe doing something else with their evenings.
That's true.
So yeah, it is draining to have to be putting in these fast laps more than an hour after our scheduled lap. The race should have been over. We have a crash. It could be Manchester.
Yes,
it is.
Manchester.
He's in the beach. He's in the beach, out of our race. What a brave effort, but unfortunately it's come to a premature end.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, the drivers have, as you said, they've waited more than an hour, almost, to get underway, and around about an hour. Well over that now, as Ricciardo retakes the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if Mantas can steal it back again. No, he can't. So Ricciardo back on the pace, almost 2 seconds clear of 2/10 clear of Mantas's best time, as Michael comes into the pit lane to repair some damage at the late stages.
Yeah,
So-
two-stop strategy, obviously far from planned. But that could give. No, I think Hermione's too far back, to be honest. So yeah, Michael will not lose any on-track positions here. Yeah, having to retrieve that car from the mound up in turn 16, having enormous damage. At least that came to pass. Now T-Bug is on a real flyer. He's past Lorenzo.
Yeah, Lorenzo's having trouble with that, with those tyres, and
Oh,
Magic
yeah,
also
yeah.
gets through. That right side of his car is just so bent that he needs to come into the pit lane, and does so if he wants to have a comfortable couple of laps left. These laps are over 3 minutes in length, so you might as well. Yeah, at the end of the race. How far back is Soini? Well, Soini will get him. No work going on Lorenzo's car. Was that a mistake?
Oh, it's a mistake. Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
a mistake.
Pete. It is
Didn't
a
repair his
mistake.
damage. So he's
Yeah.
gone into the pit lane for no reason, unfortunately, and he's
No,
still
he
trying
can't
to repair, but he
again.
needs to do a lap. Yeah, it's game over.
Nah.
Yeah, Lorenzo leaves the race, unfortunately. Critical error there, not repairing the damage in the stop. But there we are.
Magic
Ricciardo-
though. Let's see what Magic can do on the ultra overpass to the inside line at 7. Gonna slow right down though. The understeer is fierce at this corner. T-Bug was alert to it. So race green trying to cheer on their best ranked driver Magic now that the likes of Rony and Lorenzo have had trouble.
Yeah, let's see if Magic can get the move done on T-Bug. That looked promising. T-Bug does have a bit of damage, of course, at the front right. Magic has a run again as we go into the triple chicane at the top of the track. Great stuff. And closing up even more. I have to say, Magic's car looks a lot more stable at this point in the race. T-Bug driving a little bit erratically.
Magic's car is as good as spotless, really. Maybe a tiny 1% of damage, perhaps just running over a heavy bump. That's all that could have been. So his best bet is just to stay calm in the dusty section. Watch T-Bug's lines, see what curbs await him around the peripheries of the track, and then get his moves prepared for the final sector. And Mantas fastest lap again, and Gabor steals it. Yeah,
He's
That's
here.
close.
He's turned up. He's awake. Gabor steals the fastest lap. Just reminding us that he's here. And to be fair, he's still in P3. Great result if you can keep it. As Magic has another chance here to catch up to T-Bug. T-Bug with an error in this very tricky section. I mean, the drivers just don't get any experience of driving this sort of configuration in any other series. Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, we've only seen this combination twice before, this track twice before, both of which were in RTFR rounds. So, great little track, very enjoyable, and an interesting car choice, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. The XRR full capacity. We do see it usually restricted in GT2 Challenge as one example. But it's on full power output, and having to drive those rally portions with slick tires, that is a real dilemma for anyone preparing their setups for this course. And of course, yeah, the suspension has to be a bit more forgiving than usual with all these chicanes and high curbs.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is Rony's way of whetting our appetites for next weekend's 400 kilometres of West Hill. Interesting car choices and an 18 kilometre track. Crazy. That's over 4 hours of racing next Sunday. And that should be very, very fun to watch as we continue to see whether Magic can close up to T-Bug in the dying stages of this race. We've got just over a lap to go for the drivers. Ricciardo just making his way through the rallycross section. And out into the final sector he goes now with a healthy lead. over Mantas of nearly 5 seconds. A lead which he's kept pretty much there since the beginning. As we've got Yasin closing up on Mika Saarinen.
There was a problem with his exit. Just caught on camera there out of turn 6. So Mika in the bright red.
Oh,
Zafar
we've got Mika
Al-Askar can
Cam.
get away with it.
We've got Mika
Oh,
Cam
yes,
in VR.
lovely. Perfect.
So there we go. One of the,
Waiting
I
for
don't know
this
how many,
moment, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many of the drivers are using VR in the server at the moment, but Mika's one of them. Always
Mika.
made a mistake there.
Watching his mirrors to see where the Air Attack racing car is. He will be on the high line now into the final curve, and he pays it. Yes, good respect there. He knew it was better to let that position go. But there is a little bit of time, about 4 minutes, for these drivers to compete as Rick Cardle, beg your pardon, sets the final lap signal.
Oh, a lot of opposite lock there from Mika. Nice to have Mika Cam back. Appreciate that. Good. Adam's just got past Teemu Soini, and who else is about to get past Teemu Soini? In fact, yeah, so Soini losing a bunch of places. I think they've both got past... Oh no, Adam got past both Argai and Teemu Soini. My mistake. Just looking at the timing tower, getting mighty confused there. Adam through. And 2 cars on the penultimate lap. Ricardo's... Sorry, they're now all on the final lap. Adam...
Oh, and through goes our guy. Teemu a bit slow out of the hairpin right-hander there, unfortunately. He's able to pull away now. Rony, will he just sit back and give Teemu? Yeah, he's many laps down after his crash that brought him out of the running originally on his first car. So yeah, Michael Malik just limping around. He knows if he crosses the line, he should be fairly safe in 16th.
Yeah, closest cars together,
he's hit
full
the wall
position.
again, Michael.
Yeah, Argai and Soini, and Soini backed out of it, unfortunately.
LG Meese is back ahead of Yasin.
Ah, they were close.
Yeah,
And he's got back through. Nicely done. As the last few corners coming up for Rick Cardle. Get a couple more seconds of Mika Cam before we switch to our race leader, who is entering the rallycross section once again. Here he is. And well, what a drive it's been, and all the drivers have had to be very patient this evening. Nice work from Rony, and a little bit of help from the LFS devs to get the server back up and running for this race. We appreciate that. So we can go racing. We never give up, do we?
No, we are passionate about our racing, so we can't be stopped.
Show must go on as Ricardo now comes up to the final couple of corners. Rony, sorry, not Rony. Owen, bring him over the line for Rony's.
Yeah, he's had to defend his lead 4 times into turns 1 and the first turns 1 through 3, but he's done a fabulous job here. We've had a real challenge today, but Ricardo never ever gave it any peace. He made absolutely sure it was his and no one else's. So congratulations on a flawless drive from Ricardo.
Yeah, good effort from Rick as the rest of the drivers finish. Rick will try and find his way to the podium before he goes up onto the race screen podium. But we'll just watch the rest of the cars finish before we get going for our rundown. But yeah, a large, lots to take away from today. Fair play to the drivers for sticking around with us for this one. Mantas came across the line in P2, and did he steal the fastest lap in the end? Or am I making that up?
Yeah, Mantas has the fastest lap, yeah.
Yeah, 3:03.20 for Mantas, so fair play. Gabor finishes P3, and, well, we'll catch him in a compromising situation, as we see Rick Cardle aloft victory lane. Twin Cam comes across the line. And Unite's coming across the line backwards. Debug and Magic still to come across the line. Debug in P9, Magic P10. And then we've got some lapped cars coming through as well.
Rony will get past Teemu Soini for pride, really. It's of course he's already lapped multiple times with that reset. So Teemu 13th. Yeah.
Michael Malak has spun around before start finish, has to reverse it over the line. And Yasin and Mies still close together. Mies did get back through, Mika got back through, and he's managed to hold it for now, but it's going to be close to the line. Let's see who's going to finish ahead of who. A bit of a... Oh no, there we go. Yasin sliding. That means Mika will get his position. So Mika across the line in P14, Yasin P15, and we're now waiting for Jari Katila, who we haven't really spoken about today, Owen.
No, we haven't seen him really have a great piece of action, I suppose, on the broadcast. He did have some sort of crash that may have set off our first red flag, but yeah, he has made it in the end, safe and sound, and yeah, well done for taking this opportunity to make it to the finish line on the lead lap.
Yeah, on the lead lap, and that is the final car to bring probably one of the record running times for RTFR to a close. Rick Cardle, 33 minutes and 52 seconds. We got there in the end, though, and I'm happy to say that. And then we've got Mantas and Gabor, our podium. Rick Cardle in a class of his own today.
Without a doubt. It's so difficult knowing you have to scrap your successful turn one defense and having to try again and again and one more time after that. He never ever slipped up. He was fully engaged with the race, and Mantas, he still has the championship well in his control with the final couple of rounds coming up. But yeah, that was nothing. There was nothing he could have done really to deny Ricciardo today.
No, indeed. And there are the rest of your top 20 finishers. Lorenzo, unfortunately, DNF there, but will be classified only 3 laps down in the end. And then over to the second page, 3 cars, Rony, Majesta, and Igor TXU. Rony actually finishing 4 laps down, so classified behind Lorenzo in the end after rejoining the race after his incident. But there we are, Owen. We got there in the end. Happy to say that, and yeah, great. Thank you very much to everyone involved to get this race underway. There is the schedule for the remainder of season 1 of RTFR in 2024. We have a mod. I need to pick out the name of this mod again. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I mean, I think I'm not even sure if we've used it before.
I'll have a look.
I've got it here. It's the Dorito Lucy 130R at the Autocross Mini Avis Autobahn Extended. It's a long combination name, that's for sure. I wish I had the track map available for everybody, but anyway, it's the Autocross drag strip with the outer roads, I believe, with the return road at the drag strip Autocross with a very nice looking mod, the Dorito Lucy 130R. That's in 2 weeks' time on May 21st. We hope you can join us for that. Thanks again very much to Rony and, of course, World Class Lions, who sponsor this championship. They sponsor the prize money in the Drivers' Championship standings, which are hotting up. Rick Cardle will have gained, Owen, on the championship standings on Mantas.
Yeah, that's important to know that he still has a slice of momentum to take him through the month of May into June. But at the moment, Mantas will have to drop a chunk of points to be caught at this stage. So if he finishes on the podium twice or 3 times, or all 3 times coming up, then he will, without a doubt, be the champion of season 1.
Thanks very much for sticking with us. This was a long one for RTFR, but worth it at the end. We love to put these on for you. It's a pleasure as always, and we hope to see you at the next one. We've got a bunch of action coming up on our channel. We've got E-Challenge at the weekend, round number 3. That'll be coming to you on Sunday evening from the New York E-Prix circuit with the E-Challenger Evo. So please join us on Sunday afternoon for that. I believe it's going to be Tom with someone else in the commentary box. I don't think Travis can make it, but either way, it's going to be a good race once again. We hope to see you for that. But before we go, we will play the trailer for the 400 kilometers of West Hill, which is going to be happening not this Sunday, but next Sunday, which is 4 hours of driving multiple cars around West Hill. And here it comes now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th edition of the 400 kilometers of West Hill.
Kilometers long track, 4 hours of length. This race is going to split the man from the boys.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Car 25 is out of the way.
Well, that's the 400 kilometres of West Hill coming up on Sunday of next week, and we hope you can join us for it. All the information on the LFS forum. Owen, it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much, and we'll see everyone next time.
Without a doubt. Thank you very much for your time and patience, everybody. It really does. Reflect well on us, and it means a whole lot. So thank you all really, really much.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you.